Hello, I'm Apostle Michael Petro with the Voice of Healing Ministries.
All right, greetings, folks. It's Rob and Amir. All of this is around about verification that this particular individual is not an apostle, not a prophet. In other words, you'll set the groundwork for what Orthodox Christians for the last 2,000 years have held to. We'll even go into, say, the Didache and even like read some very interesting statements in chapter 11 of the Didache. I'll even read from a Hermeneia commentary on the Didache. The Hermeneia series is considered like the standard when it comes to a commentary scholarship. So I'm gonna bring up Rick Brannon's translation, which is a 2012 translation of the Didache. We'll start with chapter 11. So regarding the length of an apostle's stay and the provisions to be given to such an apostle for continuing the journey, these regulations also serve as a criterion for distinguishing true from false apostles. The remarks are addressed, as is the whole of the traditional section, to locally resident Christians. Among other things, they have need of distinguishing marks that will enable them to protect themselves against deceivers. When a previously unknown Christian appears with a claim to be an apostle, how is the truth of the claim to be measured? The first criterion applies to the length of stay, right? He shall stay 1 day. And here it is, he shall stay only 1 day. Let's see, verse...
And
yeah. The strikingly rigorous rule shows that 1, radical homelessness is one of the factors in the existence of apostles in the Didache?
Wow.
And 2, they did not appear as ongoing or even temporarily resident functionaries in these communities? Instead, their life is itinerancy. Their office is proclamation, preaching to the whole world. The horizon of the activity, even though this is not expressly stated in the text, is its eschatological motivation. So,
yeah.
Well, I was just going to bring up. Petro likes to have. He likes to have like what's it called? Like realized eschatology. Like it's happening now. We're very close. You know, we're going to enter the veil. We're going to enter the mysteries. This body is going to dissolve and we're going to get into the glory.
How long and how many times has he been saying that and they never came about? Even further.
Yeah. Petro, you claim to be transfigured. I kid you not, folks. I kid you not. There's literally a clip I saw by the ex-members. They sent me this clip where Petro boasts, "Look at me, I'm shining there." Like, how could you fake this? And whenever I spoke of resurrection, even the cameras were flickering. Even the cameras couldn't sustain the statements I was making. And then I kid you not, folks, he even goes as far as to say, "See, my spirit man has just walked out of my body," even though it's nothing but a screenshot of his like when you're live streaming online, right? And if there's packet loss in the wireless communication, between two computers, suddenly you'll see like an outline of a prior frame relative to the more recent frame. I'm talking technical jargon here with respect to camera work and frame rates and packet loss. Yeah, anyone here who knows that stuff knows what I'm talking about. You start to see like noise because of that packet loss. So anyway, it just happens to be like an outline of his body. Because at one moment he was standing at a certain distance from the camera, and then another moment he's standing away. And then the packet loss or the lag is that it's still carrying on that frame. And he claims that that's his spirit man. He's like, "There's my spirit man." Then he starts glowing, except his hair, right? Everything's glowing except his hair. Like, look at me, I'm transfigured. And then he
Uh,
starts in that cultic sort of scenario. He starts having like people like recount the story. Oh yeah, my eyes. At first, my eyes was like I was wondering what I was seeing, but in other words, it becomes this echo chamber, like a confirmation of like his own congregation has seen this glorification take place. So hang on, Petro. If you've been glorified, why hasn't this gone out into like international news, even to the Pope himself in Rome, suggesting that look, just as Jesus was glorified in Mark 9, for example, um, transfigured. Why did you have a temporary glorification?
well, Rob,
Light,
yeah.
the way light works, you don't just if light's permeating you from as your origin, right? Like the sun, light goes out everywhere. It's not just a camera phenomena with respect to the lens and the sunlight hitting you and that sort of blurring effect. Anyway, I can go on and on that.